Have you ever stood in a place where time itself seems to bend? A place where the air is thick with the whispers of millennia, and every stone holds a memory? For me, that place is Luxor Temple. The first time I saw it, bathed in the soft, ethereal light of a Nile sunrise, something inside me shifted. The world went silent. There was a profound quiet, a peace that felt ancient and deeply familiar. It wasn't just about seeing a monument. It was a feeling of coming home to a place I'd never been. Walking towards the grand entrance, each footstep seemed to echo, not just on the stone path, but through the corridors of history. The massive pylons rose before me, gateways to another world. There's a strange sensation as you approach, a feeling that the temple is aware of you, that it's been waiting. The stones seem to hum with a low, ancient energy, as if they recognized a part of my soul and were whispering, "Welcome back." I reached out and traced the lines of the hieroglyphs, my fingers brushing against carvings made thousands of years ago. The stone was cool to the touch, yet vibrated with a life of its own. It's an indescribable feeling, connecting with the hands that chiseled these stories. Every figure, every symbol, isn't just decoration, it's a piece of a grand narrative tales of pharaohs who walked these very halls, of gods who were worshipped with fervent devotion, and of human dreams that have long outlasted the dreamers. You realize you're not just looking at history, you are touching a direct link to lives lived, to beliefs held so strongly they were carved into eternity. It felt like the walls were sharing their secrets with me, secrets of triumphs, of love, and of the eternal quest for meaning. Then, I entered the great colonnade. Looking up is a truly humbling experience. The columns soar towards the sky like a forest of stone giants, silent guardians of this sacred space. They are immense, powerful, and yet graceful. Standing there, I felt so small. A fleeting speck in the vast expanse of time, but it wasn't a diminishing feeling. On the contrary, it was liberating. In my smallness, I felt connected to the infinite, to the endless cycle of life and legacy that this temple represents. I was a tiny part of a story so much bigger than myself, and in that realization, I felt a sense of boundless belonging. It's a perspective shift that stays with you long after you've left. Deeper inside, I found myself in a hall where the light was different. Golden shafts of sun pierced through the high windows, spilling across the floor and illuminating the ancient dust motes like shimmering spirits. The light painted the past in hues of gold, making the reliefs on the walls seem to dance and come alive in that warm, sacred glow. The silence was no longer empty. It was filled with the echoes of a million prayers, the faint sound of rituals performed, the spectral chants of priests. I closed my eyes and just listened, not with my ears, but with my heart. For a fleeting moment, I could almost hear them, the voices of the past, their hopes and devotion still resonating in the very air I was breathing. It was a moment suspended in time, a sacred communion across the ages. Later, as the day began to fade, I stood by the Nile, watching the sun dip below the horizon. Its last rays setting the temple ablaze in fiery oranges and purples, the reflection of the grand structure shimmered on the water's surface, a perfect, fleeting mirror of its eternal form. It was in that moment of breathtaking beauty that I understood. Luxor Temple isn't just a relic of the past. It's not a museum of stone and dust. It is a living, breathing memory. It is a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit to create something that transcends its own mortality. And standing there, I felt like I wasn't just an observer. I was a part of that memory, another soul passing through, touched by its magic and, in turn, leaving a small, invisible imprint of my own. This journey to Luxor was more than a trip. It was a pilgrimage to the heart of Egypt, and perhaps to a forgotten part of myself. The temple is not just made of stone. It is woven from the soul of a civilization, a soul that, for a few precious hours, breathed through me. It reminded me that we are all part of a story much older and grander than we can imagine. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey today. If this story resonated with you, I'd be so grateful if you'd like this video and subscribe to the channel for more travels into the heart of history and the soul. Until next time, keep exploring.